Are you in the mood for a spicy mushroom veggie burger? Well, come with me in the kitchen and I'll show you how to make this spicy maitake mushroom burger using the ingredients from Dr. Sabi's nutritional guide along with some additional ingredients to make the bun. Stay tuned. To begin, we're going to use maitake mushrooms and we're going to go ahead and get them cleaned and dried. And then we're going to cut them the long way. This is going to help us cook them thoroughly as well as make sure that they're properly coated with the batter through and through. All right, so next up we're going to prepare the wet batter. This is key, so pay attention. As you can see, we're going to begin with a clean bowl here. And I'm going to mix up these dry ingredients. To begin, we have chickpea flour. Using this chickpea flour to coat is really good. I like the chickpea flour. It's also gluten-free if anyone is concerned about that. Also, I have some annatto powder. And I'm choosing this because it indicates, one is spicy. I'm sorry, it's not spicy, but it is. The red color indicates spicy, but I'm just using an annatto, not for the spiciness, but just for the color. It has a really mild taste to it, so it's not too overpowering, but I'm really using it for the color because the color red indicates spicy. But we're also going to add in other ingredients that are going to make it really spicy, such as the habanero pepper powder. Also, once I get the annatto all in, I used about a tablespoon of the annatto powder. You can always use more. I had to go back in and add just a little bit more of the chickpea flour because I really want about a half a cup total. And you may have some left over, but I'd rather have more to make sure everything is coated. So about a half a cup of chickpea flour and about a tablespoon of the annatto. Also, I'm going to put in there about a half a tablespoon of the habanero pepper powder. You can add more or less. That depends on, your preference to heat. And then I'm going to add in onion powder, about a tablespoon of onion powder. You can actually add in, I would say, about 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder. That wouldn't even hurt, actually. I also added in some thyme and sage, just to give it another little added flavor, meatiness, because we usually associate thyme and sage with, meaty dishes. And so that's what that's about. And so there you go with the onion powder. Again, you can be generous because you want it to be really well seasoned, And so I'm going to add also some sea salt. And that you can do to taste if you want to add sea salt in or not. It's completely up to you, but I will say the sea salt does help it to just take it up a notch, and it's better to add it while it is in the wet mix because the sea salt really would just fall right off of the mushrooms once they're all cooked, and crispy. So you want to go ahead and add your sea salt in at this junction here. And so I'm going to get them all blended up together, all those dry ingredients nice and blended as you can see here. And then I'm going to add in some of the wet mixture. Now that we have the dry ingredients somewhat blended up, pretty much well blended up, we're going to go ahead and add in about a few tablespoons of the water. You can add more as we go along and we see that we need more. Also going to add about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. And this is going to be, we're going to put these in the air fryer, right? And so compared to deep frying, we're only using about 2 tablespoons and we're not even using all of the batter. And so this is going to be significant reduction in oil, the use of oil. And so we got these ingredients in here. I'm going to start mixing it together. And then once I start mixing it, then I'm going to see if I need to add any more liquid. And even if I need to add any more annatto powder, because I really want it to be a pretty, vibrant red. Once it's finished cooking, it gets, it really gives it a good tone. And so I'm going to whip all this up and I'll see how it, how it turns out. And so I'm going to need to add a little bit more water in here as you can see, because I want the batter to be somewhat loose, not too thin though, but because you want it to coat and stick to the mushrooms. Yep, as I thought, I added some more natto powder because it just wasn't red enough for me. And so you can do that, as you play with this, you can add more seasonings. Of course, I didn't taste the flour or the batter, I should say, so I don't know if I needed to add more spices or not, but just going on past experiences, I knew pretty much how to gauge that. So usually the rule of thumb, I would say, is about a tablespoon, but you can always add more, especially with these type of spices, because they're really subtle. They're not too overbearing spices. And see, you can see how the batter is looking, right? It's going to cling to the mushrooms, so it's not too thick and it's not too thin. Now we're going to go ahead and take our mushrooms, and just one at a time, we're just going to coat them, as you can see, because these mushrooms are delicate. The petals or the tops, they will come off pretty easy, so you don't want to be too rough with your mushrooms. As you can see, handle them with care, and then we're going to get them all coated up and ready to go. I slowed the video down just a bit here because I really want to emphasize the importance of taking your time to coat each piece of mushroom, because the petals on this mushroom, they're very tender and they will fall off. So you want to take your time and coat each one separately. All right, so we're going to place the battered mushrooms onto the air fryer tray. Placed it inside of the air fryer. I think I had mine about 350 and it's set for about 10 minutes. You can take a peek before the time is up just to see if it's on point. So we got them all out of the air fryer, and while this video is rolling, let me share something with you. You can do it with 100% of the ingredients from the nutritional guide. As you see right here in this particular video, I'm using chickpea flour waffles, and so it's used completely with the guide. Now this particular video here with this particular bun, this has ingredients that are not all from the nutritional guide. So if you're not detoxing, or if you're not as strict, then you want to try something very more so in line with the commercial burger, then you will want to try this bun here. And this is a plant-based hamburger bun here. So here's the take on the spicy maitake mushroom sandwich. As you can see, I coated my buns with a fresh avocado spread. Then we have some fresh lettuce and tomatoes and onions. And then what I didn't show you all is that I prepared a side of mini green boro bananas, and they are my replacement for French fries. So this is a really magnificent meal that you can make at home anytime. We hope that you enjoyed this video, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you did, as well as share this video and turn on your notifications so that you can be informed when we make our next video. Remember, if you prepare this at home, please let us know how you enjoyed it. Thank you.